TV3.
A recall alert across our state. The Louisiana Department of Health is recalling oysters harvested since January 10th from an area east of Lake Borgne. This comes after at least 15 people got sick with a norovirus-like illness after eating oysters from several restaurants in New Orleans last month. Norovirus spreads from contaminated foods and services and can cause severe vomiting and diarrhea. The recall includes a variety of oysters, including shucked, frozen, breaded, post-harvest processed, and oysters on the half shell.
As President Trump signs a series of executive orders that impact almost all of us, many are left wondering which actions he can implement and which might be limited. Senior reporter Jasmine Thibodeau visited Mouton Hall at UL Lafayette, the political science building, where she's speaking with a professor to gain a clearer understanding.
The American system is premised upon separation of powers and checks and balances. So Congress has the power of the purse. Congress is in charge of allocating and spending every dollar in the federal budget, and it's the role of the presidency to execute the laws that Congress has written.
During his first 2 weeks in office, President Trump has signed nearly 40 executive orders on policies from immigration to public school. The latest one bans trans athletes from women's sports. Dr. David Hughes says, like other legal scholars, he believes the Supreme Court will be called upon to resolve issues sooner rather than later.
There is a question about whether, the president's behavior here is legal because Congress, in addressing some of President Nixon's impoundment strategies, passed a law in the 1970s preventing such impoundments, and B, whether it's constitutional, because the Congress has the power of the purse, and it's unclear that the president could simply use their own discretion to not implement that legislation, given that Article 2 of the Constitution says that the presidency will take care that the laws of the United States are faithfully executed.
If you take a look at this graph, you can see that Trump has signed more executive orders in the past week than any of the last 15 presidents. Hughes tells me he believes that seeing this number of executive orders this early in the administration says that they're testing the waters just to see what can actually be implemented.
Good morning, I'm Maya Rodriguez, and here's a look at what's happening today. Today is the deadline for federal employees to tell the Trump administration whether they will accept its worker buyout plan. Millions of federal workers were offered 8 months of salary if they agree to leave their jobs. It's part of President Donald Trump's broad effort to shrink the federal government and reshape it. National security agencies were originally exempted from the plan, but on Tuesday, every employee of the CIA was also offered the buyout. After today's deadline, the Trump administration is planning widespread layoffs in the federal government. Union leaders have urged their members not to accept buyouts. A court hearing is scheduled for today in Seattle over President Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship. Last month, a Seattle judge put the order on pause, calling it blatantly unconstitutional. On Wednesday, a second judge also ruled that the order needs to be put on pause. The executive order is currently facing 3 major lawsuits, one from undocumented pregnant women, one from a collection of 4 states, and a third from 18 attorneys general. And the Senate Judiciary Committee is set to vote today on whether Kash Patel should serve as the next director of the FBI. During his hearing, Patel insisted that he does not have an enemies list and promised that the FBI under his leadership would not seek retribution against the president's adversaries or launch politically motivated investigations. However, Democratic senators were quick to point out previous comments by Patel on podcasts.
A celebration at a local school signifies the end of a journey and a beginning of a new one for one local family. I'm Christina Mondragon, your Lafayette Parish reporter here at Prairie Elementary, speaking with the family to learn more.
63 degrees in Lafayette right now. You do have some fog out there. Visibility is sitting at about a quarter mile. Calm conditions right now. Feel like temperature at 63. Be careful out on those roads today. The fog is certainly thicker this morning, at least in Lafayette, than it has been all week long. We've talked about the fog all week, and it tried to materialize here or there, but never really got too thick out there. But that's a different case today. So does look a little bit different outside than it did the last couple of mornings. Everything else, though, is essentially the same. You've got mid and upper 60s up along the I-10 corridor, 64 from Breaux Bridge and St. Martinville out to Crowley, 65 in Jennings, a little bit warmer out in Welsh and Lake Charles. Temperatures, once again, going to be pushing record temperatures today. We hit 81 yesterday, and that set the record. Record for today is 81. I think we fall maybe a degree shy of it, but we'll be in that territory. I wouldn't be surprised if we tie it here this afternoon. Kind of depends on how fast it takes that fog to clear out. I think it lasts a little longer than today. With a little less sunshine, may not be enough to get us that extra degree to get to that record. But regardless, it's a very, very warm for February. Temperatures sitting in the upper 70s. We will be 77 by lunchtime, 76 in Crowley, Church Point, and St. Martinville, and temperatures will eventually get up into the 80s. So we are going to be warm out there again today. Remember, this time of year, those highs are average in the mid 60s. We're going to hit 80 degrees today. We'll stay steadily 10 to 15 degrees above average. We've been that way all week. I think we're that way for a lot of next week as well, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. We were hoping for a cool down. I'm not convinced we're going to get one. We'll talk about why in a little bit. We've got clouds out there this morning. Should get some sunshine by the afternoon, though. Sunny skies for your evening commute. Give yourself some extra time to get to work. Getting home from work, you should be okay. I think we're nice and dry out there, just very warm and on the sunny side. We'll talk about what we can expect for next week coming up here in just a bit.
Good morning, Acadiana. At Prairie Elementary, a special moment was celebrated as one family achieved an incredible milestone. I'm Christina Mondragon, your Lafayette Parish reporter, here to share how the school came together to honor one of its students and the exciting new chapter in his life. The school putting on a surprise party for Ahmed, an elementary school student, after he received his U.S. citizenship. And how do you feel about that you're an American citizen now?
It makes me feel like everyone else. It makes me feel like the same as everyone else. But in reality, I'm different. But that doesn't matter, as everyone that's a human is the same.
Ahmed's parents,
We American citizen now.
even stopping by the celebration. Tyreek, Ahmed's father, tells me he, his wife, and Ahmed's brother have all received their citizenship and are thankful that Ahmed has accomplished the same goal.
Thank you, God. Thank you, United States. They give me American citizen for family.
His family is from Yemen, and Ahmed dreams of becoming a soccer player or a pro gamer. Whatever his future holds, it will be bright.
I'm looking forward to meeting new people.
The family tells me they're happy to celebrate this milestone with their son's school. I'm Christina Mondragon, your Lafayette Parish reporter for KATC TV3.
Well, it's 64 around there with a lot of fog, especially if you're driving around Lafayette. Make sure that you are careful for kids who are out there waiting at the bus stop this morning. Should be a lot better by the afternoon, though, with partly sunny skies. That's what they can expect at the bus stop. Now here's what those kids can expect in the cafeteria.
From Lafayette, good morning, Acadiana.
Sicilian heritage and immigration to South Louisiana is being celebrated as neighbors in Vermilion Parish gathered Wednesday to share the stories of their ancestors. The Vermilion Historical Society hosted the event at the Abbeville Branch Library. It featured guest speakers who shared the stories of immigrants from their families and their lasting impact on the region. Organizers tell KATC events like this help preserve the history and culture that helped shape the community in the first place.
So it's also a good takeaway to know that there's a great society, to connect with it, and also to get the younger generation motivated that these are important values, and we to teach everybody what makes Sicilians and Italians part of the culture.
Well, those temperatures are sitting in the mid-60s out there and upper 60s this morning. Really, really warm. These are what our average highs are supposed to be. Now, we've talked about it all week. I mean, every day since February has started has been on the warm side, and we have been well above average. We're going to continue to be that way. Looks like for the second week of February as well. I'll take a look at the 10-day here in just a sec. 66 in Ville Platte, 65 in Jennings. Then you've got New Iberia, Pecan Island, and Cameron at about 64. Lafayette coming in right around 64 degrees as well. We've got the fog out there this morning. Visibility sitting down at about a quarter mile worth of visibility. Tough to see out there. Try and give yourself as much time as you can out on those roads. You don't want to get into a rush. That dense fog advisory is up through mid-morning, and that is going to be I-10 areas down towards the south. That's going to be dealing with that. Dew points coming in at about 62 so far here. There's a lot of moisture out there, as there has been all week long. We've talked about fog all week long. It's just struggled to materialize. Today has not been the case. We've seen a lot more today than we have the last couple of days. So you're thinking, I know you said that there was fog pretty much every morning, and it hasn't been too bad on the drive. It is a little bit different in Lafayette here this morning compared to yesterday, the day before. 80 degrees for the high today. We stay in the 80s through Sunday. Front's going to try and get in here on Tuesday. Opens up the door for some showers. The front then stalls, but it stalls just to our north, so we don't really get the cooler weather that we had been hoping for. And the door stays open for those showers, and then it lifts north again, so we get a return of the warmer weather as those showers start to exit. So we're not really going to be getting a cool down there for the second week of February either. 80 for the high today, 64 for the overnight low.